Hi there, my friend. I saw that you stopped by and were actually looking for some comics. Um, got a huge collection here, so I'd definitely love to show you what we have and just take a seat, sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show, alright? And hopefully by the end of it, this will help you make your decision on which comic you'd like to buy. Alright? So, as said before, just sit back in your chair or, wherever it is. If you're in your bed, you're just looking to relax, and let's get started. So just a quick question. Are you like a Marvel or a DC fan? Oh, okay, nice, cool. Same here. I love both of them, so I guess we'll just go through all of them, right, and see what you like. Okay, so let's go through the very first comic that we have here. Personally, I'm like a Golden Age comic fan. Like, I actually love, I don't know if you know the artist Jack Kirby. He's like the king of comics. If you love art, definitely go check him out. He is fantastic, and he's paved the way into when a lot of the original Marvel characters were being created, like Hulk, Thor, Iron Man. He was the original designer behind it, along with Stan Lee, who wrote the stories, obviously. And he's just fantastic. And here's one of his first Avengers comics that he wrote. This is just this is like a variant cover that a newer artist made. But anyways, here is, take a look inside. He has like such a classic and like simplistic style that really pops. Like, he is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hope you see this properly. This is like some of his work here. Just hold it up like this. As you can see here, in this issue, it's basically they're fighting. The Avengers are fighting Kang the Conqueror, and I don't know how much you've been following the Marvel Cinematic Universe if you're a fan of it, but I think they confirmed that Kang is going to be like the next big Thanos, so that's something really to look forward to. Definitely highly recommend these old comics from like the 1960s. There's such a fresh innocence and vibrancy to it, so if you are interested in picking it up, let me know. Actually, here's a nice like back cover too. Kang the Conqueror is a time travel villain, like a time villain. Alright, let's move to the next one. Alright, so here's one of the Dark Knight. If you're interested in DC, Batman. I love Batman. Do you like Batman? Okay, well, great. You're in the right place then. I love how Batman always has... Actually, here, let me take it out my plastic quickly. Take this out. All the comics are so delicate, you have to be careful. So, yep, So here's the Dark Knight from the new 52. I don't know if you follow like the new DC comics, that type of thing. But yeah, I mean the new 52, they revamped like all the characters' origin stories, so I absolutely love that, and hopefully you like it too. Batman is such like one of those interesting characters, and there's such a realism to him because he doesn't have any superpowers either, so that's what makes him like so awesome. And he still like fights crime, does all the things, cool gadgets, detective, and I think he really represents, you know, overcoming your biggest fears and honing that towards, you know, becoming a greater person and not letting things hold you back and fighting for the right thing, you know. So let's see inside. So like it has a very like dark, gritty look to it, if you like that sort of thing. I think he's fighting the Mad Hatter or something, or someone in this. Superman right here. So if I had to ask you, like, who's your favorite villain, then who? Batman villain, who would it be? Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Batman has so many cool villains, honestly. Like, I mean, I think for me, it would probably have to be probably like the Joker or Clayface. I just think that, or no, Killer Croc as well. It's pretty cool. Did you get to see the new Joker movie by any chance? With Joaquin Phoenix? Oh yeah, it was so good, like honestly. It was really good. The acting, like, anyone who portrays that character, I mean, it's such a hard character to portray, and yet they all do it so well. Like Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix. Personally, I love the Adam West Batman from like the 1960s. Like he was, Cesar Romero was the actor for that, but wow, it's so good. Alright, so let's move on to, I got a lot of Spider-Man comics in here, so I hope you like that. In this one, you have like it features Moon Knight. He's not really a super popular Marvel character, but I mean, he's still big enough in that universe. Hopefully you like that. And then we have like the Punisher and Nova down here. And also we have the Night Thrasher on this side. I think this comic it looks like it was from like the 80s or 90s. A lot of the styles began to change and stuff by then. But yeah, if you're interested in taking a look at it, let me know. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so here's one of the Spider-Man classics. With the Vulture. These were like one of the first comics like ever made from Marvel. It's this cover is like new and revamped, but the actual inside of it, you can take a look. So basically that's Spider-Man fighting the Vulture, and this was made in like the 1960s. And I don't know if you know much about the artist back then, but Steve Ditko was one of the biggest artists back then, and he basically created Spider-Man alongside with Stan Lee. He also did a lot of the artwork for Doctor Strange. I'm super excited for the Multiverse of Madness because apparently there's going to be a lot of really cool cameos in that. Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know, there's just something about the old art that really appeals to me. It's just, there's such an innocence and vibrancy to it. It just really pops, and the colors just really fly off the page because it was just so new for that time, if that makes sense. And these artists like Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, they really revolutionized the game for, you know, they made these characters what they are today. And now we see them all over pop culture, all over movies, you know, so love it. If you'd like to purchase this one, let me know. Okay, so this is one of the newer ones, Bane. I am Bane, DC Universe, Rebirth, Batman. So basically Bane, I mean, he's a pretty cool character too. But obviously these are more grittier. I really think the difference between like DC and Marvel, honestly, is the grittiness. I mean, you can even see that in their movies a lot more now. Like, I just love how lighthearted Marvel is, and how adventurous, and they're not afraid to crack jokes and things like that. That's why I think I've just always loved Marvel movies and things like that more. But don't get me wrong, I think in terms of DC, I think the Dark Knight trilogy was fantastic. I think the Joker, Wonder Woman wasn't really a big fan of the Justice League, and a couple of those other ones, they just did not hit the spot with me. And I mean, obviously, like on the Marvel side, Endgame, Black Panther, I was really sad about Chadwick Boseman. Wow, just rest in peace, King. Wow, I mean, he is just incredible, and what he did for cinema and superheroes and, you know, representation in that sense. So, but anyways, let's take a look at this. Got some cool dark gritty action here, if you can see it properly. There's a cool Bane shot right here. But yeah, so if you want to get this one, let me know. So basically the next comic that we have on the list here is another Avengers classic. And in this one, basically they're in their darkest hour. I feel like a lot of these, they always have like literally, that's what I love about Marvel. They always have like these super exciting captions on them that they're like the perfect salespeople, to be honest with you. Like, they always have these really eye-catching captions and things like that. Like, for example, this one says, featuring the combined menace of the exquisite enchantress, the evil executioner, and the diabolical Dr. Zemo in their darkest hour. Like, I mean, who wouldn't want to read this? It's so awesome. Like, it just really catches you. And look how colorful this is. This is another Jack Kirby piece. Like, it just doesn't get any better than this. I love it. I highly recommend these any day. So, just let me know if you'd like this. Here's another Spider-Man classic. This one, it's basically Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. This front page doesn't do it justice, but once you open it, as said before, another Steve Ditko masterpiece. Get to see this. It's just really great. Super awesome. Spider-Man's got to be like literally my favorite comic book superhero. Like ever since I was little, I always looked at the comics, I always drew the character, and you know, I just find that character, there's so many layers to it, in the sense that he's not just some superhero that wins all the time, and I think that's what really differentiates himself from other characters, is that he has a very human element. He's got to pay bills, he's got to get the girlfriend, he's got to, you know, not everything just comes so easy, and we see that, you know, in our own lives. We're all facing our own challenges, and we always have to overcome them. So I hope that, you know, whoever sees this character, they can see a bit of themselves in it, and who knows what they get out of it, you know? This one is one of the collector's one. I'm sure maybe if you're like a comic book fan, maybe you've seen this image somewhere, whether you go to the Comic Cons or just are a fan in general. McFarlane is one of the like well-known comic book artists that totally revamped the style of the way Spider-Man looks. So this is like a really special one to get, and then I'm sure it's not very cheap and stuff. It's not easy to find, so if you can get your hands on this one, definitely do it. Okay. The Web of Spiderman. So basically, at the mercy of the foreigner's forces. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure who some of these villains are, but hey, I mean, it looks exciting just by the cover, so, you know, I'm sure it has a great story in it. Ooh, this is a giant size Avengers Invaders comic, and I think there's a couple comics like combined into it. This seems like one of the older ones, older comics. The Avengers. Black Mask. No, not Black Mask. No, Black Knight. Captain America, Black Panther. Ooh, this is like a really old, like 1930s Captain America comic, so have that one in there. Human Torch. Do you like the Fantastic Four? Okay, nice. Cool. So, I think this is, well, it's just basically the price you're paying for this isn't too bad, you know, like given that you have like 4 or 5 comics in this, so if you're interested, let me know. Avengers Into the Negative Zone. This looks like a cool one. Got this cool like portal looking thing. Looks like it's something to do with Asgard or something like that with Thor. Okay, so this one is The Incredible Hulk. This one says, oh, this was in 1985, this issue released. I feel like the Hulk's always battling some super radioactive or gamma ray like monster or something. That's what's so cool about him. He's actually one of my favorite characters, honestly. Other than Spider-Man, I just love the Hulk. I just think it's so cool how they took that concept originally from by mixing like Frankenstein with, you know, during that time in the 60s, like a lot of the gamma radiation and things like that were being discovered, so it was like a mix of like Frankenstein and that going on, and there you go, the Hulk was born, so it's really cool. Okay, so we'll go through one more for today, and then definitely have more. You can always come back to the comic books shop here and definitely look at more, and I'll definitely walk you through more. But for today, the last one I wanted to show you was the Cyborg Rebirth comic. Cyborg's a pretty cool character. I love how I just love the design of his suit and everything. You can take a look at it quickly. I feel like he's like the DC version of Iron Man. But let's see. Pretty cool character. The artwork is pretty cool too. But yeah, so that concludes today's visit. If you are interested in learning more, feel free to comment. Definitely, I love this sort of stuff. I love Marvel, DC, and comics, so if you ever want to learn more, just chat more, feel free to leave a comment. I will happily respond, and yeah, so definitely another comic book video will definitely come in the future once I collect more. I do have more here. I know you have things to do, and I'm sure you may want to go to bed or you have work or something. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed your time here in the comic book shop, and please, as always, stay awesome. Remember, always tell yourself you deserve the best. Keep going out and achieving your dreams, and I hope that amidst COVID and everything, you're hanging in there. So, as always said before, you're always welcome back here, and I'll see you soon again. Have a good one.